one of a couple names that's pretty prominent right this second would be Janiran Bonner, if I pronounce that correctly, out of Georgia. He's a top 50 wide receiver. He's 33rd rated player in the state, and he's a four-star that I'm looking at this article by Sean Callahan on that place, Husker Online, right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's always some surprises that usually pop up on signing day, and this was one that just kind of materialized overnight, basically, for Janiran Bonner. And we found out that actually he had a sneaky little secret visit here over the weekend, which is that's pretty hard to do, is to keep something like that quiet in this day and age. But yeah, he showed up and checked out campus, and he is a Georgia Tech commit at the moment, and a guy that did not sign on the early signing day. So he's been open kind of since then. He's still been a soft verbal commit to Georgia Tech, but he checked out Nebraska, and to all reports is that he really liked what he saw here in Lincoln. And it's going to come down to Georgia Tech and Nebraska tomorrow, it sounds like. So I like Nebraska's position here in this. And like you mentioned, he's a four-star. And, he's out of Cedar Grove, Georgia. Nebraska is very successful recruiting the Georgia area. Sean Beckton definitely leads the charge there in that state. And yeah, he would be a welcome addition to this recruiting class. He's got a 6'3" frame, about 100 pounds, and you kind of like the tools that he's got. And he performed well at camps before last season started, and he had a pretty good year for his senior year there in high school. So that's a name to watch for Nebraska to possibly pull tomorrow. And kind of like we were just mentioning, it's kind of a slow signing day for Nebraska this year. So I expect that Bonner being the one name to watch, and the other one's a guy that we've talked about, who we talked about last week, which is A.J. Allen, the running back out of Monroe, Louisiana, who's a TCU commit, who committed, quite some time ago to Coach Applewhite, and they've been recruiting him heavy. He took a visit here 2 weekends ago and had a great visit, and which also prompted last week an in-home visit from Coach Applewhite, Coach Frost, and Coach Mickey Joseph. So Nebraska really putting the push on for A.J. Allen. So that's what Husker fans have to look forward to tomorrow. I don't expect anything else to fall, but look for A.J. Allen and Janiran Bonner to be those two names that Nebraska adds to this 2022 recruiting class. And they move forward for spring ball after that.
So as Greg mentions, Memphis and Georgia Tech, who Bonner committed to, in the mix along with the Huskers. Bonner caught 50 passes as a high school senior, 816 yards, about 16 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns, carried the ball out of the backfield a few times as well. And as you can imagine, had some kick returns there as well.
That's a pretty solid season for any high school wide receiver.
Absolutely. Still trying to track down A.J. Allen's numbers on you can usually find those on Max Preps, but I'm not tracking down the right guy there. So
yeah, unfortunately with that, nothing's ever foolproof, and Max Preps depends on the high school to actually send those stats to Max Preps. So a lot of times high schools don't get those stats in a timely fashion.
Well, the problem this time is I'm pulling up A.J. Allen, and it's giving me statistics from 2014 and 15. So that's obviously another A.J. Allen. I think it is A.J.A.Y., correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're not giving me the right guy. So anyway, so 2 possible targets there. Who, again, I'm sorry, Greg, I know that you just said it. Who's also in the mix for Allen?
Well, besides TCU, Mississippi State would be
okay.
The other team that you're watching there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.